Cool Kids. What it is, Cool Kids. Boy, we are having a fun old time today, aren't we? Yeah, I know we are. So, we're going to do our continuing series today of silver coins around the world. Oh boy. Now, our next country is pretty interesting, I think. It's one of those interesting, different kind of places that you just don't see every day. In that, here it is. They're kind of doing their own thing out there, and we're going to go ahead and look at the country first, and then look at the coin. Well, we can do both. Here's the coin. There's the coin. Okay, so we'll look at the coin on Numista. Real quick, 15 thousandths to mintage. We paid $32.50 for this coin. It's almost an ounce of silver, so not too bad on that. 0.9354 is the ASW, so that's almost an ounce. So call it $35 an ounce. That's not horrible for a coin of 15,000 mintage, and it covers us, in our silver around the world. So let's look this up. It's a 1990 commemorative. The FG stacker would love a coin like this because he really likes commemoratives. Now, the way you do this collection is up to you, but there are some that I've met that are trying to do this collection. And they would say bullion and modern commemoratives don't count. And that what they collect are, and this is crazy, but interesting, it had to circulate. Now the coin itself doesn't have to circulate, but coins like it had to circulate and be used as coin of the realm. And what that does for the collection is it makes stuff like holy dollars, like the Australians use, and other in Central America. It was very common to take Spanish coins, and then they would stamp them with a different country. Guatemala did it all the time, for example. I think Costa Rica used to do it. They take a Spanish colonial 8 real or 4 real, and they would counter stamp it with their country, and now all of a sudden it's their currency. North Africa did it with Maria Teresa dollars. As a matter of fact, I believe Algeria. It was either Algeria or Libya. It was somewhere up there. That's the only coins they used for years was Maria Teresa dollars that they counter stamped with the mint mark from up there, saying this is a dinar or whatever the hell they were using. Yeah. So that's an interesting collection. Now, there's no wrong way to do this, so I want to get back to that. But any of those coins would count towards this collection as far as I'm concerned, even though the coin wasn't minted in Libya or Algeria. The coin was used there, and that counter stamp proves it. So you got to have the counter stamp. But if you do that, that's going to count. And if you had a holy dollar, HOLEY, holy, right? That would count as Australian. But Australia is easy to get anyway, so you really don't have to resort to that unless you really want a holy dollar, which I would love to have one. My goodness, but they are pricey, guys. They are pricey. Now, as far as FG Stacker goes, there is a modern commemorative holy dollar, and that would be actually a really cool coin for him to get. And it comes with the dump, and the dump is the part of the 8 real that they cut out of the middle. For some reason, they like to deface the Spanish colonials. I don't know. Maybe some resentments. I don't know. Colonialism, has it always been bad? Who knows? Let's look up this coin, though. This is a 1990 commemorative Rufia. Or is that Rupia? I feel like it's Rufia, though. That's what my handwriting says. 250. Rufia, Maldives. Maldives? Is it Maldives or Maldives? I don't know. I don't want to be a bad boy and mispronounce it. Here we go. Yeah, that's our coin. This is NGC, but it'll work for our purposes. This coin is worth $28.47 at present. I paid $32, so that's really not that bad. Now, at the time I bought it, though, silver was like $24 an ounce, so it was way over amount. Mintage is $15,000, and the book value, catalog value is $37.50. Of course, you know, mileage will vary on that. It all depends on how many people want one of them 15,000 coins. And you know, modern commemoratives do not get any love from the purest coin collectors, and that's the numismatists. And that's why I was telling you, there's some people that do this collection totally differently than the way I do it. Here's the numista listing. But at a mintage of 15,000, it's kind of like the Franklin Mint coins. I think these coins are underrated, and now's the time to buy them, because there may come a time where, you know, someone wants to get the Maldives off their list, and everybody's doing silver coins around the world, and finding little gems like this is going to be trickier than it was when I was doing it. Yeah, hashtag trendsetter. I'm playing, guys. I'm playing. So yeah, there you go. Now we're going to talk about the country. Let's see how we pronounce it. First of all, I don't want to. A lot of these countries, you know, it's in English. It would be Maldives, but I'm pretty sure it's Maldives, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to type in pronunciation. Here we go. Maldives, I was right, yep. Maldives. So there you go. It is in Asia, South Asia, but, and you can tell by the coin, the answers are right there. You see that? Do you see that coin? Do you see what's in that coin? Jimmy, did you know? Are you here? Okay. Very good. All right. So the country is an island, a group of islands. I'm sure it's a group and there's some pictures of the place. And you know, it reminds me of that video game with the Dead Island or whatever. It really looks like that. Maybe they use this as kind of the model, because all the houses are kind of built out off the atolls and everything. Yeah, woo, that's how you expand the real estate market in your island. All right. Anyway, there's some interesting things going on. The symbolism on the coin, right, is very telling, is what I'm saying. So that is a schooner. Now, I am sure of this. It's either going to be a ship or a boat. Now, which one it is, we'll have to ask my subject matter expert, Tom's Coins. I'm going to tag him, and he's going to come back and let me know, because he is my authority on ship or boat. Now, I say all ships are boats, but are all boats ships? No. So they're not mutually exclusive terms. But he and I have gone round and round about this. Yeah. I don't believe they're mutually exclusive terms. I believe a ship can be a boat. I don't necessarily think all boats are ships, but all ships are boats. Tell me I'm wrong. We're going to keep this up. That is a reverse Uno. That's a reverse Uno. I reverse Uno. Okay. The Maldives, it's officially called the Republic of the Maldives, and historically known as the Maldive Islands. It is a country and archipelagic state in South Asia in the Indian Ocean. The Maldives is southwest of Sri Lanka and India, about 750 kilometers from the Asian continent's mainland. And here's their flag and crest. Oh boy, and they are writing it in Arabic, and that's the part that we find very interesting, given their location. Now, they are in the Indian Ocean and not the Pacific, which, you know, is much closer to the Middle East. However, we're talking near Sri Lanka, okay? All right, so what we can guess, I'm going to make some guesses here. Tourism is going to be their number one, right? I mean, that's what all these island countries basically do. Here's the map of the world, and you can see there, if I were to fill out my Numista map, which right now consists only of Canada, that would fill in that little splotch there. So apparently, the people from the Middle East got on their boats quicker than the Indians, or they took it from them, I don't know. And then, assimilation occurred. And yeah, that's how it worked out. So let's find out. We'll look at this article. And that's my guess. I'm making guesses. The capital city. The capital and largest city is Mali. And the official language is Davihi. English is commonly spoken, and of course, is mostly Sunni Muslims. But what I was trying to show you on this coin, on the reverse, on the national crest, is that, that's always a sign that you're dealing with that sort of culture. I won't get into the religious aspects. The president's name's Mohammed, though. The vice president's named Mohammed. Abdullah is the majority speaker, and then, Ahmed is the chief justice. So Ahmed, Abdullah, and two Mohammeds walk into a bar. You finish the rest. All right.
I'll get you in trouble if I do that.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Per capita income is pretty decent. Yeah, it's in the upper quarter of not quite the upper quarter, but it's definitely well above average for the world. So they're doing pretty well there. The rufiya is the coinage, and their calling code is 960. It is the smallest country in all of Asia, including the sea. The territory spans roughly 90,000 square kilometers, 35,000 square miles, with a land area of 298. I think there's farms bigger than that. Yeah. Well, no, I know there are farms bigger than that.
Even they've got a coin.
Right. Maybe we should get them a coin. Yeah. The Maldives.
Except not like Micronesia.
Oof, don't say Micronesia, bro. Don't do it. The Maldives is one of the world's most geographically dispersed sovereign states, with a population of 515,132 souls. It is the second least populous country in Asia and the ninth smallest country by area, but also one of the most densely populated countries in the world. The Maldives has an average ground level elevation of 1.5 meters, that's 4 feet and 11 inches for all you cool kids, above sea level, and a highest natural point of only 2.4 meters, 7 feet 10 inches. There's dudes taller than that, bro. They're rare, but they exist, making it the world's lowest lying country. It's in the ocean. Well, I wonder what happens when a nice storm kicks up in the Indian. Some sources state the highest point, Mount Villalingili, I ain't even trying to say that, as 5.1 meters above sea level. Okay, here we go. Let's get to the economics. This is interesting. It's very interesting. I told you it'd be interesting. Feel free to look all this stuff up yourselves if you're interested. There we go. There's a nice picture. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, that is a ship. That's a ship, but it's also a boat. Tom's coins. It's also a boat. Historically, the Maldives provided enormous quantities of cowrie shells and international currency of the early ages. From the 2nd century, the islands were known as the Money Isles by the Arabs. Monetaria moneta were used for centuries as a currency in Africa, and huge amounts of Maldivian, not Moldavia, that's a different place, Maldivian cowries were introduced into Africa by Western nations during the period of slave trade. The cowrie is now a symbol of the Maldives Monetary Authority. In the early 1970s and 80s, the Maldives was one of the world's 20 poorest countries, with a population of 100,000. The economy at the time was largely dependent on fisheries and trading local goods. Oh, how times have changed. Such as rope and, yeah, you get it. Trade good, fish goods, handmade stuff. The Maldivian government began a largely successful economic reform program in the 80s, initiating lifting import quotas and giving more opportunities to private sector. Whoa, who knew? Wow, man, we better not tell this story. The leftists will get upset, the collectivist types. Oh no. Who knew? Who knew that a freer market actually raised all boats? Boats, Tom's coins, boats. And anyway, I digress on that. The Maldives remained largely unknown to tourists until the 70s. Only 200 islands are home to its 300. Okay. I don't know what that means. Sure. 200 islands are home to 382,000 people, and the islands are used entirely for economic purposes, of which tourism and agriculture are the most dominant. There it is. There was my prediction. Has come true. Tourism accounts for 28% of GDP and more than 60% of the Maldives' foreign exchange receipts. Over 90% of the government tax revenue comes from import duties and tourism-related taxes. Development of tourism fostered the overall growth of the country's economy. There it is. And created a direct and indirect employment. And so imagine, right? You live in Qatar or United Arab Emirates, right? You live in, here we go. Here's the United Arab Emirates. You live in this place right here, right? And you want to go on a fun-filled tropical vacation, but when you go to eat, you want halal food. And you want to be able to pray without a bunch of goofy Westerners mucking up the joint, bothering you. You go to the Maldives. Yeah, it's brilliant. If you think about it for 2 seconds, it's freaking brilliant. You don't have to go to Cyprus. Cyprus isn't tropical. No, you're going to the Maldives. You heard? That's the spot. If you're the chic, you're going to be nice and chic in the Maldives, in your little tiki hut, with your tiki torches, making little fires and eating goat meat and all the great stuff that you would want to do on that vacation if you were from the United Arab Emirates. Okay? If you were from, let's see, I'm sure we got some more Middle East. Well, actually, no. Here's a Central Asian country. If you were a muckety muck in Turkmenistan. Here's Turkmenistan. Right? You're going to go to the Maldives. Why not? Okay, let me get this open here. Turkmenistan. Yeah. So, yeah, really, think about it. It's like the playground for Muslims. And you could go there, too, as long as you wore your stuff and didn't act a fool. You'd be fine. You'd be fine, I think, because it's a tourism place. Usually tourism places, they it's like when you go to Mexico, right? If you go to just anywhere in Mexico, it could be rough. But if you go to the touristy spots, it's a lot safer. Because it literally is in their best interest to have a good police force and protect the tourists so that they'll come back and spend more money. I love free markets. I love the invisible hand, the ideas of free market capitalism, and I'm a little biased. I'll be honest with you. I don't care for collectivism. It always leads to starvation and death. But we'll see. We're about to watch that story unfold. Guys, I want you to have an amazing day. I want to thank you for watching the channel. I want to know your ideas and thoughts on the Maldives and all of the luxurious silver deliciousness that we show off here on the channel. And I want you to find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. If you cannot find them, well, you could go on vacation in the Maldives and see the Ministry of Tourism. Take care.